Network.
The best player in baseball. There's not one facet of the game that he's not great at.
And any higher now, we will be sitting in the
Choix has been absolutely stellar.
This guy has been the model of consistency.
Ramirez is doing some special things for Cleveland.
Better be put on top of it. Here comes the judge.
No one had a more historic first half.
Carlos Stanton stood out.
This man right here, Stan, it's remarkable when you have this kind of ability.
Goldschmidt having another MVP caliber year.
He does everything on a baseball field that you would want, kind of a model player.
Votto having a year comparable to his MVP season.
The best hitter in the game of baseball.
And if he's not at the top of everybody's MVP list, there shouldn't be a list.
MVP, MVP. We're going to find out over the next 60 minutes. Welcome inside Studio 21 to the BBWA MVP show on MLB Network. It's Greg Amsinger, my friends Tom Verducci and Harold Reynolds. Okay, so we've had awards week.
Yes.
And this is the main event.
Oh, I love it. I mean, to be able to do this show, amazing. Now, I can't believe Mike Trout's not in this. This is the first time, it seems like forever. But we have a cast of characters. Power, average, guys that run, I mean, switch hitter, put it all together. I don't know who's going to win. Flip a coin on this tonight, both leagues.
Oh, this is going to be good. Now, before we go any further, though, we should talk about suggested criteria, because these ballots do come with some directions. The voters are actually asked to follow these criteria. Actual value of a player to his team, the strength, offense, defense, number of games played, about general character, disposition, loyalty, and effort, and all players are eligible. Yes, even DHs. They're people too.
Right.
But we should remind people as well, this is a regular season award. Postseason play does not factor in. Ballots are in before the postseason starts.
We have 2 awards to hand out. Let's begin with the National League. Only one of our 3 NL MVP finalists comes from a playoff team. Paul Goldschmidt led the Diamondbacks to a division series after hitting .297 with an on-base over .400. Goldie, who battled injuries this year, finished for 36 home runs, 120 RBIs, and 18 stolen bases. Now, baseball's home run king of 2017 is an MVP finalist. Giancarlo Stanton was finally healthy. It showed. He led the NL at homers, RBIs, and slugging percentage. He set career highs in almost every offensive category for a Marlins team that finished the year 77 and 85. Stanton isn't the only MVP finalist from a team that was below 500. Joey Votto is in search of his second career MVP award after finishing 2017 with the league's top on-base percentage and OPS. In 162 games played this year, Votto hit 36 homers, 100 RBIs. Listen to this. He struck out 82 times. That's 37 fewer strikeouts compared to last year. And we're pleased to be joined by all 3 NL MVP finalists. Joey Votto is actually located in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum right now. We got Giancarlo Stanton in the middle of your screen, and of course, Paul Goldschmidt. Guys, congratulations on great seasons. Thanks for taking the time to join us. And Goldie, I want to begin with you. Last year, you were on a team that lost more than 90 games. You still had a great year. This year, you were a team that was in position to go to the playoffs. Did those games feel different to you come September in 2017?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you're going for the playoff race. You know, honestly, it makes the individual stuff a lot easier because you're not really worried about your own stats, and you know, you have that adrenaline because you know how important the games are, and you know, it's just a lot more fun.
Greg, should we just work down the board? All right, I'll go to Mr. Stanton. Mr. Stanton, chasing 60 home runs, man. You were putting on a show. So I asked you this. Down the stretch, Donnie led you off a couple games to try to get you there. Did you expand your strike zone a little bit? Did you chase? What were you trying to do to get to 60?
Yeah, those last couple games, I came out of myself a little bit. You know, I said it was very inconsistent. One at bat, I'd be locked in. The other, I'd be swinging at everything. But it was a fun ride. It was a fun chase and a good challenge for myself. So I enjoyed it for sure.
Hey, Joey Votto, got to put you on the spot right here. You've had a lot of great seasons in the major leagues, but this year, wow, more RBIs than strikeouts this year. You ambushed pitchers with 11 first pitch home runs. Listen, all the years you've had there this year, is this year the best season that you've had all around as an offensive player?
I think so. I think that cutting down the strikeouts and still hitting for power was something that was difficult to do. I intentionally made that change, and I was concerned I was going to miss out on other parts of my offensive game, but they ended up showing up, so I was really satisfied with the season.
Hey, Paul Goldschmidt, I want to talk to you about clutch hitting. You've done it your whole career. You're about 22 points higher with runners in scoring position. This year, 365. Tell us about your approach. When there's somebody out there, second base, third base, what's your approach?
You know, honestly, I try to do the same thing when nobody's on base. You know, I feel like early on in my career, you get that guy in scoring position. You want to get him in so bad. You want to, help your team score a run, or you want to be the guy that drives them in. And, I'd lose the strike zone and be too aggressive and, miss some of my pitches. So kind of, a trigger for me is just close my eyes and honestly pretend like no one's on base. And that way I don't get, too excited in that situation.
I got to talk to the man I think is the best hitter in all baseball, Mr. Votto. Joey, spring training, I'm like, what's the secret to the sauce, man? You're going to tell me you never do. So I got to ask you now, what did you do different? What do you think about the launch angle and all these things? What do you do at the plate?
Well, you got to be careful, man. You can't ask a ball player what the secret to the sauce is nowadays. I mean, that's a dangerous word to use. We get drug tested a lot. Come on now.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's just the pitching style. I think it's changed since earlier in my career. I think that there's just a different style in general, and I think you have to make an adjustment to that. And for me, the adjustment was. I'm not going to.
What? I was on the edge. I was on the edge.
Joey, I don't blame you, man.
Joey, you had me right here, bro. I was right here on the edge.
I like the way you played that. Hey, Giancarlo, some of our guys here scoff at the idea that where you bat in a lineup matters. But you cannot deny the difference in your season when they moved you to the 2 spot in the order. Was there something there, or was it just another spoke in that ladder?
Well, I changed a lot of things at that same time too, so it was a little bit of both. It definitely, I got on base a lot more and scored a lot more because of it, because they saw who was behind me. They have, more power guys behind me to deal with, rather than if I'm third or fourth, they only got maybe 1 or 2 guys that they, can be afraid of. So it was a good factor.
Now, Giancarlo, I'm not sure if you've Googled your name recently, but you've been in the news a lot lately, right? Your new CEO, Derek Jeter, said Michael Hill, president of baseball ops, has talked to you about a lot of rumors out there regarding your name. What was that conversation like with Michael, and what is your position on your future in Miami?
It seems pretty open right now, it just depends which way we want to go. I've always said that we have a great core, and I think our lineup can match up with just about anyone. So we need a couple pieces on the pitching side, but if we're not going to do that, then we might have to go a different direction. So we're going to have to wait and see.
All right, one of 3 finalists for this NL MVP, Giancarlo Stanton, Paul Goldschmidt, Joey Votto. Guys, we are expecting a very close vote here. So stay here, don't go anywhere. One of you will hear your name momentarily on MLB Network. Again, 3 guys that any year, if they win the MVP, you're like, that makes so much sense. Let's begin with the guy who's got the home run total. 59 home runs from Giancarlo Stanton. It's hard to see a season with a player with that many bombs and him not winning the MVP.
He's got great case to win this award. What I'm impressed with the adjustment he made during the season. Veteran guy, to me, it's all about the change in his stance. This is how he hit in the first half of the season. First 2.5 months of the season. That's a normal, neutral stance. With the help of Frank Menachino, the hitting coach, he changed the stance into a closed position. See that left foot now closer to the plate. He was able to get better plate coverage here. And my goodness, that he covered the plate. Bombs on the inside, outside of the plate, didn't matter. Here's the other thing there. Watch how far now he has turned. He got so comfortable with this stance as the season went by, he went really old school. I'm talking 1970s style, right?
George Hendricks.
And he was able to get out of the way of pitches. Remember, he got hit with a pitch a few years ago. Well, when you take this close stance, remember, a ball's coming at a right-handed hitter. You're supposed to spin back away towards the catcher. He's already turned towards the catcher when he starts. So that fear factor was gone, no longer a factor. Now, remember I was talking about 1970s? Let's go on the way back machine here. How about Disco Danny Ford? Watch him turn and burn on that from the close stance. A lot of guys back in the day in the 1970s here hit with this stance that he adopted. How about another guy here? How about Jack Clark? Talk about power from the right side, close stance.
You're making Greg cry right now.
Nobody better. But I got to go back to the Kelly green and gold unis of the Oakland days and Joe Rudy. Yes, here's another one. Listen, this was a popular way of hitting back in the day in the 1970s, but I give this guy, Giancarlo Stanton, so much credit. Changing to this closed stance. It looks kind of weird in today's game. Back in the 70s, a lot of guys hit that way, and boy, did it work.
Give me some time. Give me
That was great. And I'm glad you said today's game, because we view numbers differently in today's game, Harold. And based on the numbers that we care about, Joey Votto's resume might be the most impressive.
Well, I think if Joey Votto's going to win tonight, it's because of the process, the Prince of process, right? And everybody fell in love with the walk, and it was Joey Votto's walking, but he's not driving in runs. He put all that aside. Because you know what? He's still going to get his walks. The guy knows his strike zone. He's as disciplined a hitter as there is. But I think the biggest thing that I saw with Joey Votto, and I've been saying this all along, why is he the best hitter in the game of baseball? Because he hits everything. It doesn't matter where you throw the ball. When he decides he's swinging, the man's going to put the ball in play, and he's going to hit, depending on the situation. He doesn't have to go ahead and hit a home run. He can get the base hit. He'll take what they give him, and the ability to cover the whole strike zone. Guys, listen to this stat. He took 1,144 swings this year. He only swung and missed 175 times. Wow. I'm sorry. That's some damage. Now, you talk about damage from power, 11 first pitch home runs. Tom talked about that earlier. Look, if you're going to have the Prince of process, the process continues to evolve, right? So he's sitting there going, you all think I'm going to walk? I'm sorry, I got 30 homer power. And you know what? Because of all the things he's done, average, walks, RBIs, home runs, that's why Joey Votto's here tonight, and he may walk away with this title. Yeah. The Prince of process continues to grow. I'm getting close to figuring out what he does. I'm going to get him this spring.
I can't wait.
I'm going to get you, Joey.
If we were old school for a moment, Paul Goldschmidt plays on a playoff team.
Yes.
The word valuable is defined differently by so many people, but writers back in the 60s and the 70s, they wanted a guy on a playoff team.
Hands down. I think even 10 years ago, we were looking for guys from playoff teams who were doing damage. And this guy, I talked about clutch hitting, 365, runners in scoring position, but he does so many things well. He's a great base runner, plays really a gold glove quality first base, hits for average and power. So you're right. If you want an MVP who does everything for a postseason team, and they wouldn't be there in the postseason without him.
No doubt.
He's your guy.
He is. I mean, that's what you love about a guy that's going down the stretch with a playoff team. I'm sorry. That's why I say this whole thing is a flip of a coin, because I don't know where the writers are going.
No one does. We do not know. Even as we stand here live on television, we don't know the results. We're expecting it to be extremely close. So do not go anywhere. Will it be Paul Goldschmidt, Giancarlo Stanton, or the Prince of Process? Is that what you call him there?
Continuing on.
Joey Votto. The results, the live announcement after the break on MLB Network.
Roster shakeups, big trades, free agent buzz. When it comes to off-season baseball coverage, Matt Vasgersian and Harold Reynolds are on the case. Hot Stove, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Heineken has been family-owned since 1873. They know about tradition. My favorite tradition? You shouldn't have. Exchanging gifts. I actually bought these myself. There's more behind the star.
When
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender. And with a new side of salsa sauce, they're even better. So now the question is, to dip or not to dip? For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
Can I help you?
I'm Ryan Hansen.
That literally means nothing to me.
I'm your new partner. Me and the other A-listers are supposed to be like Hollywood liaisons for the LAPD.
I'm getting a badge.
No, he's not.
It's being discussed.
Hey, don't take a selfie with the dead body, please. Don't you need to be somebody to have a movie made about you?
You'd think, right? And television, forget about it. They're giving everyone a show now. Ugh.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when I was too busy with the kids to get a repair estimate.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, with Liberty Mutual, all I needed to do to get an estimate was snap a photo of the damage and voila.
Voila. I wish my insurance company had that. Wait, hold it, boys. It's supposed to be 3 of you. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Hey, where's Charlie? Charlie?
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
I love you so much. We're going to be best friends forever.
Let out your inner child at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Intentional Time, weekdays at 5 on MLB Network. Randy Johnson, Pudge Rodriguez, Griffey Jr., big league legends in their prime, face a team managed by a 12-year-old?
Welcome to the big leagues, kid.
Little Big League, Friday at 9 Eastern on MLB Network. To life. Baseball, directed by award-winning documentarian Ken Burns. Look back as the Babe passes the torch to new heroes. Then, Jackie changes the game forever. Tuesday at 9 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
It's time to see who's award-worthy on the 2017 Esurance MLB Awards Show. See how your votes stack up for the best players and the biggest moments of the season. The Esurance MLB Awards Show, Friday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
I tend to go for the guy who was consistently performing at a high level for a full season. I mean, baseball, 162-game test, that's kind of what it's all about.
Well, I guess we're going to find out this year with Judge and Altuve, because Altuve was just great all year.
We're the champs. MVP.
Analytics definitely has changed voting. It has made the voters more aware of detailed parts of performance. It enables us to kind of dig deeper.
Yeah, I'll go a little more old school, but OPS, of course, which combines a couple of old school statistics, stands out. I mean, I think that's very telling about the season a player had.
It really helps if your performance in September helped the team win, get to the postseason.
Look at the numbers. Paul Goldschmidt having an MVP year.
Defense actually means a lot to me, and I think that could be like the tiebreaker.
It's a very challenging award to determine, but a fun one to determine, and I think the one that creates the most arguments.
We must remind you of the voting breakdown. A first place vote vital. 5 more points than a second place vote. Then it just goes down a point after that. Most of the time, the candidate with the most first place votes takes home the MVP. We've seen that not be the case before. And with that, I'm joined by Jack O'Connell, the Secretary-Treasurer of the BBWAA. Jack, we're expecting this to be close. Was this one of those where you had to comb through the votes a couple times just to make sure?
Usually when the spreadsheet's up, you look at the extreme left, those are the first place votes, and I can usually figure out who's going to win, as we've seen earlier this week. That was not the case this year. I had to wait till all the votes were counted to determine who the winner was.
Wow, with that said, take it away, Jack.
Hang on, everybody. In the fourth closest election in the history of MVP voting by the baseball writers, only 2 points, just 2, separated the winner from the runner-up, with Giancarlo Stanton becoming the first Marlins winner of the award. He and the Reds' Joey Votto each received 10 first-place votes, but Stanton eked out the victory with 302 total points to 300 for Votto. Paul Goldschmidt received 4 first-place votes. There was also first-place mention for Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, and Chris Bryant. The closeness of the result was behind only the tie in the National League in 1979, and those decided by 1 point each in the National League in 1944 and the American League in 1947.
Jack, thank you. A historically close MVP vote. You see how it all breaks down. Wow. 302 total points for Stanton compared to 300 for Joey Votto. My goodness, look at all the guys who got a first-place vote. Someone gave Chris Bryant a first-place vote. He finished with 132 total points. But joining us now is your 2017 National League Most Valuable Player, Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo, congratulations. What does this honor mean to you? What does this honor mean to you, Giancarlo?
This is unbelievable. You know, with the ups and downs of my career and everything that's happened, I'm just so thankful and appreciative to everyone around me, everyone that's pushed me, everyone that's been by my side and helped me out. So this is unbelievable.
Big fella, congratulations, man. Hey, take me back through this year and that amazing adjustment you made closing your stance off. What was the conversations that led up to it? Because really, you don't do that, you're not sitting here with this trophy tonight.
Yeah, to be honest, no one, I had a lot of people that advised me not to do it, and even after a couple of weeks of playing, you know, still wanted me to go back. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And it was the first time I really 100% trusted my work and trusted the process of making an adjustment. You know, sometimes you do it and, you know, maybe for a week you're all about it and then start to change things, let people creep in, but this was the first time I let it ride, and you know, it paid dividends for me.
Giancarlo, congratulations. You talked about everything you've been through in your career, of course, the beating a few years ago in Milwaukee, and you mentioned the people in your life are part of it. Who are some of those people that come to your mind right now winning an MVP?
My father, for sure. You know, I wouldn't be, it's not the close stance, you know, I wouldn't be here if he wasn't throwing, you know, throwing me balls in the rec park every day after work, and, you know, just taking me to all my tournaments and everything, so definitely him.
You're emotional. After you were hit in the face, was there ever a moment where you thought something like this would never happen for you?
I knew I had to bounce back from that, but it was really people pushing me, you know. My trainers, the people I work out with, and you know, try to get better with. They always pushed me. They always said, you know, you can do this, you can be there, and I knew I can do it, but I knew that it took more than talking about it. You had to, you know, show up every day, be prepared, and you know, do everything you need to.
Tell everybody that showed up in that room with you right now for this moment of a lifetime to get in the shot. Tell everybody that's there. Tell us who's in the room with you right now, Giancarlo.
With me right now is my agents and company. Then they can come on. Come on. Yeah.
Hey, so no pressure, but 60 homers next year. It's in reach.
Okay. All right. Well, we can do it. I had about 10 at-bats left to do it, so I know it's in there. So
yes,
we got to be prepared.
Giancarlo Stanton, enjoy the moment. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, there you have it, your 2017 National League Most Valuable Player. Another look at the closest MVP award voting that we've ever seen. Go back to 1979. How close is that? Does it get closer? Back to 1960, there's Roger Maris with 225 total votes, points, 3 better than Mickey Mantle. The disparity was just 2. He had 2 more points than Joey Votto, and this was the moment when he found out that he was your 2017 NL MVP. Congrats again to Giancarlo Stanton. After the break, we talk about the American League Award. That's next on MLB Network.
Welcome to the nerd life. Do you like numbers? We can talk analytics all we want. MLB Now, the show for the thinking fan. The off-season is here. There's so much to learn. Weekdays at 4 Eastern on MLB Network. Welcome to the nerd life.
It's a small finger, a worm.
Like a dagger?
Tiny sword.
Breadstick.
Matchstick.
A lamppost.
Coin flop. No.
10
seconds.
A stick, a walking stick. A barrel. Mount Kilimanjaro. Big
Sorry. It's a tandem bicycle.
What?
As long as sloths are slow, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But while some push high-commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some advisors have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management.
Bringing my Giovanni Rana pasta to everyone in America wasn't so easy. So I made it easy for America to find me in the refrigerated section. Giovanni Rana pasta. Share what's inside.
Together, we make the holidays hassle-free and put our holiday budgets to work. We find new ways to chase away the cold, pass down our recipes in double batches, and put in less work to welcome more family. We stock up on everyone's favorites, make room for more guests, and we gather where we always do. Together, we make everyone feel at home. Get the lowest prices of the year with 40% off major appliances like the Samsung Laundry Pair. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Try Degree Ultra Clear Black Plus White. Saves your white clothes from yellow stains and black clothes from white marks. Still with 48-hour sweat protection. Try Degree Ultra Clear Black Plus White. It won't let you down.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got two friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
That's just not fair. Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier, because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row. That's amazing. Chevy's a name you can trust.
For $5, you can get whatever the Taco Randomizer Quiero into a box.
Taco Guacarino Supreme.
Or you can get a real meal. Charbroiled double cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, fries, drink, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals. Only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
This is the year we go all the way. Things couldn't be looking better for the Tribe.
This team has completely lost its focus.
Major League 2, tonight at 9 Eastern on MLB Network's Bleacher Features. Live baseball continues in November on MLB Network with the Arizona Fall League. See the next wave of Major League phenoms in action for the Arizona Fall League Championship. Watch it Saturday at 3 Eastern on MLB Network.
A historically close MVP vote, Giancarlo Stanton 2 points more than Joey Votto. They both had 10 first-place votes, 10 second-place for Stanton compared to 9 for Votto. Then Goldie, Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, the Rockies teammates neck and neck there at 4 and 5. But I want to show you 6 through 10 because other guys got MVP votes. Chris Bryant got a first-place vote. Yeah, on that ballot that put him number 1, it was Stanton 2, then Votto 3. Justin Turner finished with 43 total points. Bellinger right behind him, and Max Scherzer had a WAR that was over 7. He got 34 total MVP points. Now, I feel like it's necessary, since all of these votes are public, to actually show you some of the ballots that kind of change things.
Put them on blast.
Scott Miller of Bleacher Report, our friend Bob Nightingale, they put Joey Votto 5th. Now, Joey Votto was not lower than 5th on any other MVP ballot. Do you have a gripe? Do either of you have a gripe with Votto number 5?
First of all, you have to remember, this is not an SAT test. There's not a right answer and a wrong answer. These are more traditional votes, the way you want to say 5, 10, 15 years ago, because look at the top. They have players on postseason teams, right? And I think that's why you see Votto dropping down. I mean, that's just the opinion of these guys. I mean, I thought we had a great close vote. 6 guys got first place votes. We kind of expected that going in. A lot of guys were deserving of first place.
I think the one thing I see is Arenado and Blackman. I mean, they weren't in the final 3, but clearly they had impact MVP-type seasons. And you look at the number where they show up on these boards are the reason that Votto's down at 5, and you see Stanton all the way down here at 6 on Tracy Ringlesby. But you look at Blackman and Arenado, they're the ones driving the force here that I think have been forgotten in this whole race.
Tracy putting Stanton 6th, we have a little bit of a gripe.
That was the lowest he appeared on any ballot.
On any other ballot?
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you.
I like the fact, and we've said this before, that up until this point on this awards week, so many of these races have not been close. Almost all of them. And is it because that everything's public and there's so much media coverage leading up to the vote that it forces writers to just kind of follow the herd in a way?
I think there's some groupthink involved here. I think what's cool about this, Greg, is we can look at any particular ballot, and I don't think there's one rogue ballot that changed the result of the election. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stanton was ahead of Votto on the one where he was 6th anyway. I don't think, Chris Bryant got a first place vote. That ballot really didn't change the thing because Stanton was ahead of Votto on that ballot. So I don't think it was a case of one rogue vote throwing this thing into chaos.
I think also we have a rich game right now. It's exciting. There was some offense this year. Years past, it was all pitching the last couple seasons. So the offense came back. And there's no doubt they love the long ball. I mean,
they do.
Look at it. I mean, that's evident.
Joey Votto short by just 2 total points to Giancarlo Stanton, who's your NL MVP. When we come back, there's another award to hand out. Yes, the American League side. Will it be Jose Altuve, the powerful Aaron Judge, or Jose Ramirez, the Cleveland Indians AL MVP? Next.
The offseason is on MLB Network with an all-star lineup led by baseball's only offseason morning show. It's Game On, 24/7, 365 on MLB Network.
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender, and with a new side of salsa sauce, they're even better. So now the question is, to dip or not to dip? For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
Is this for me? Happy? Woo!
Let out your inner child at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Maybe it's time for Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, 75% clearer skin is achievable after just 4 months, with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Tell your doctor if these occur. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Other side effects include upper respiratory tract infection and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your dermatologist about Otezla today. Otezla, show more of you.
It's time to see who's award-worthy on the 2017 Esurance MLB Awards Show. See how your votes stack up for the best players and the biggest moments of the season. The Esurance MLB Awards Show, Friday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
Taco Bell's new $5 Cravings deal has all of Taylor's favorites, like the beefy 5-layer burrito, cinnamon twist, crunchy taco, cheesy gordita crunch, and a medium drink. It also has Brad's favorites, the guy who bought it. Taco Bell's new $5 Cravings deal.
At Sam Adams, we salute those people who did that thing. Built that thing, tried that thing, messed that thing up, then tried it again. For all the people who believe in going for it, failing, improving, who do their thing the same way we do ours. Because life isn't about whether your glass is half full or half empty. It's about filling it up. Sam Adams, fill your glass.
The art of building a championship. From creating a blockbuster trade.
Everybody's happy here. It's a win-win.
To inking a big free agent signing.
This is going to be a big pickup. I know the fans would love it.
It's all part of how GMs try to craft a winning team.
These young GMs are in there, and they're not afraid to make changes to the club.
Now, see which teams could use some finishing touches as spring training draws near.
If you tinker a little bit, you got a contending type of team.
MLB Tonight. Next. Only on MLB Network.
These are the plays of finesse.
Over the rail.
Sacrifice. And sheer will.
Diving over Molina.
The Capital One Premier Plays of the Year. Sunday at 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's talk about the American League finalists for MVP. We begin with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Judge led the league in so many offensive categories. Home runs, runs scored, and walks. Also second to Nelson Cruz with 114 RBIs. Second, Jose Altuve wins above replacement. Second in slugging, on base, and OPS for the year. Jose Ramirez is an MVP finalist after a monster season in Cleveland. He had a better WAR than Mike Trout, folks. That means something. 25-year-old had a spike in home runs, going from 11 last year to 29 this season. The All-Star with 318 with an on-base over 370. Also led all of baseball with 56 doubles. And our third and final AL MVP finalist is World Series champ Jose Altuve. And once again, the postseason does not impact the chances of winning this award, but it's his second consecutive batting title. That might. Altuve also led the American League in hits for the fourth straight season. And we're pleased to be joined by all three AL MVP finalists. Jose Ramirez is in the Dominican Republic with his interpreter, Anna. We'll be hearing from her in a minute. Jose Altuve and, of course, Aaron Judge. Jose, I want to begin with you. You are the model of consistency. Are you a creature of habit when you show up to the ballpark? Do you do, Altuve, I want to begin with you. Jose, are you a creature of habit? You do the same thing all the time? How do you define your consistency?
I mean, first of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be sitting here. And, you know, I think I have to thank my teammates. They do my job a lot easier what kind of thing. You know, I have the best leadoff hitter in the all big list, which is George Springer. He gets on base a lot. Then I have George Reddit or Alex Bregman hitting second. Then Carlos Correa hitting behind me. So I think those guys do my job easier. You know, they make my job easier, and they made me a better player.
Hey, Aaron, I got to come to you, buddy. I got good news from Brian Cashman. Whoever's the manager, you're going to start in right field in spring training. You got a job, all right? You got a job. So take me back to last spring. You go to spring training, and you don't have a job. What was the battle, and what was going on in your mind?
You know, my mindset was the same. You know, every year I went into spring training, I'm fighting for a job, you know, because there's always someone coming for it. And you're never given anything, you got to earn it, you know. So my mindset was the same, go out there and win a job.
Hey, Jose Ramirez, I got a math problem you need to help me out with here. Your first 6 pro seasons, 32 home runs. This year alone, 29 home runs. What happened this year with the power? What happened this year with the power?
En la primera temporada con profesionales, ¿cuántos home runs? Y en esta temporada, en un solo año, tú tienes 29 home runs. Cuéntale qué es lo que pasó.
Nada, gracias a Dios por esa bendición y hemos trabajado bastante fuerte, trabajé bastante la pesa, trabajé la pierna muy bien y, ¿sabes? Fui con bastante fuerza, gracias a Dios, y hice buenos swings y ahora que, gracias a Dios, salieron los resultados y hay que seguir trabajando fuerte.
You know, I mean, it's just been working hard day in and day out, and putting in lifting weights, working on my legs, and working on getting stronger, getting a good swing on the ball, and thankfully we had good results.
Well, speaking of getting better, Aaron Judge, I want to talk to you. If you think about 12 months ago, you had that cup of coffee cameo late in the season with the Yankees. Yeah, I'll remind you, you struck out in half your at-bats. But you went home and you retooled that swing. You tamped down the leg kick. The setup was a little bit different. Tell me now, as you're looking forward, what's on the agenda? I know you're always trying to get better. What's on the agenda for this offseason to get better?
you know, for this off-season, just work on all facets of my game, you know, from working on speed for base running, quickness in the outfield, you know, quick first step, you know, hitting-wise. There's always room for improvement in that category, you know, so I'm just going to just take it one day at a time, just kind of piece by piece, keep working on my swing, you know, fine-tune it, and just go from there, to be honest.
Jose Altuve, congratulations on the World Series championship, man. And have you got a chance to let that sink in yet? You've been all over the world.
Yeah, we're being all over the world, but, you know, I feel like every time I go to sleep at night, I think about that we are in World Series champion, and, you know, I thank God for that. It's been a crazy 6 years for me and for the team, trying to get better, trying to get to this position. And, you know, we made it this year, and I'm really happy because of that.
And Jose, I'm wondering, has Francisco Lindor impacted your game at all, Jose?
Has Francisco Lindor impacted him? Is that the question?
Yes.
Sí, ¿qué fue el impacto de Lindor en los años que has jugado con él?
Lindor es un muchacho que yo lo admiro bastante. Lindor es un tremendo fajador y un muchacho que siempre tiene la energía en alto y me ha empatado con lo que ha hecho, y eso se sabía que iba a pasar en él porque él es un tremendo pelotero y un tremendo fajador, y gracias a Dios están saliendo los éxitos.
Lindor is a player that I really admire. He's a fighter. He has high energy, and he's really had a big impact on me. He's a great player, and he's had a huge impact on me throughout my career. Absolutely.
Both of you guys are so much fun to watch together. Jose Ramirez, Jose Altuve, Aaron Judge, guys, congratulations on great seasons. One of you will be named the AL MVP coming up in moments here on MLB Network. Do not go anywhere. Back inside here in Studio 21, Harold, Jose Altuve. He's not just the all-around guy in terms of extra bases. We're talking a home run threat now. Like what he did in the postseason. I know it doesn't go into this, but he was one of the top home run hitters in the postseason history.
Well, I kept saying throughout the postseason, he's the best player in baseball. And if you watch him over a period of time, you see why. He shows you all the things he can do. I'll take you through the breakdown and just show you. I mean, to me, the speed is there. The way he runs the bases, he makes things happen. We saw it happen in the postseason. The defense, go to the left, make plays. And now with the shift and the challenge of how far you got to throw a ball, you got to have a shortstop's arm to play second base. Then you talked about the power, but Greg, before the power, is the ability to get base hits. 204 this year. That's his fourth 200-hit season in a row. So now where do you go against this guy? Where do you throw? He hits great pitching. It doesn't matter who's on the mound. Throw your ace, and I'll tell you what, Altuve's getting knocks. And not just knocks, home runs, big hits. So when you're able to do that, even his teammate, Justin Verlander, when he was in Detroit, said, I got to get over to Texas, to Houston, because I don't want to have to pitch to you no more. Because he hit everybody. So the big thing to me is that we're not only talking about an MVP caliber player, but he may be in the argument as the best player in baseball because he can do so many things right now. Talked about Chris Bryant last year, Mike Trout every year. Altuve's in that conversation.
When he was right, he's one of the best players in the game. He was right all year long. When Aaron Judge was right, he was the best player in the American League.
Greg, I feel like you can break his season up into three components. That first half of the season, right, Mr. Baseball is just incredible. But I want you to look at the launch angle, what happened to him when he went through that slump right after the break through August, right? Look at the 20 degrees, that way up from 13. This is a guy who swings uphill, and he got in trouble during that 5-6 week period because pitchers went after him with fastballs up. Let's take a look at it, because especially the Red Sox figured out his kryptonite was upstairs with the fastball. These swings and misses. I want you to watch the angle of his shoulders on this swing. Now, he's going to swing uphill because he needs to hit the ball in the air. It got a little bit extreme during that period there. Here's a couple of instances where that fastball, he's a little bit late, and the bat is underneath the ball. Well, guess what? He took this one swing the first week of September, and I said, uh-oh, he's got it. He's back. He got on top of that fastball from Gossman. Watch the angle of the bat. gets on top of the high fastball. For this young rookie to make this adjustment mid-season was incredible. And now these pitchers are working off the scouting report from July and August that you can beat them up. Forget it. Tear up that scouting report. All these home runs are September on fastballs up. He was crushing this pitch. So I talked to him about the adjustment he made after last season. Well, this season we saw him make the in-season adjustment. Just so impressed by this guy's athleticism, but mostly work ethic and baseball IQ. I'm telling you, he's only just scratched the surface, and how scary is that?
And you said something that was interesting. Rookie, that's the first time we've heard that mentioned tonight. This is his first full season. You know, and some fatigue came through it. You have to figure all that out. He had a fantastic season. First year.
Yeah, and look, it's not breaking news. It is a two-horse race between Altuve and Judge. But the fact that Jose Ramirez is a finalist for this award and not Mike Trout, tip your cap to Jose Ramirez. Am I right?
Yeah, you're absolutely
I want to borrow a phrase they use in football where a guy has a high motor. That's Jose Ramirez, the way he plays the game. One of my favorite plays during the season was during that winning streak in Cleveland. Tie game, they've won 20 in a row. Ramirez is batting here, leading off an inning. Lorenzo Cain's in center field, Gold Glove center fielder, right? This guy's thinking two all the way. You said 56 doubles. I think half of those were hustle doubles. Look at the first two steps out of the box. He's busting it, and that's the way he plays every game. And I think that energy he talked about Francisco Lindor having, he's got it too. And getting to second base, what does that do? Well, now they win the game. That's a walk-off single right there.
Yeah.
So he was a big part of their success. Talent, yes. Energy, you better believe it.
When they signed him to that contract, everybody's like, Jose Ramirez, long-term deal?
No one thought he'd be close to 30 homers. No one thought that. Look, the NL MVP vote was close. How close will this one be? Jose Ramirez, Jose Altuve, Aaron Judge. You will get the live announcement after the break on MLB Network.
Offbeat.
I'm raring to go, flying.
Off script.
What are you telling me?
All off season.
This is the big stage. Show some guts.
He's the mad dog, Christopher Russo. He's bringing the high heat. Weekdays at 1 Eastern on MLB Network.
For $5, you can get whatever the Taco Randomizer Quiero into a box.
Taco Guacarito Supreme.
Or you can get a real meal. Charbroiled double cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, fries, drink, and a cookie. The $5 all-star meals. Only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Can I help you?
I'm Ryan Hansen.
That literally means nothing to me.
I'm your new partner. Me and the other A-listers are supposed to be like Hollywood liaisons for the LAPD.
I'm getting a badge.
No, he's not.
It's being discussed.
Hey, don't take a selfie with a dead body, please. Don't you need to be somebody to have a movie made about you?
You'd think, right? And television, forget about it. They're giving everyone a show now. Ugh.
The new Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tire is engineered with one of the deepest tread depths on the market for long-lasting wear and uncompromising performance. For the ultimate tread life and traction, get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3W.
Liberty Mutual saved us almost $800 when we switched our auto and home insurance.
With Liberty, we could afford a real babysitter instead of your brother. Oh, that's my robe.
Is it?
You could save $782 when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Staying ahead isn't about waiting for a chance. It's about the one bold choice you make that moves you forward. The one and only Cadillac Escalade. Come in for our season's best offers and drive out with the perfect 2017 Cadillac Escalade for you. Get this low-mileage lease from around $8.99 per month.
Where do we keep the sauce for the new Western barbecue bacon cheeseburger?
Go west, son, where the bacon comes thick cut and the barbecue sauce flows like the raging waters of the Yukon.
What?
It's left in the fridge. The new Western barbecue bacon cheeseburger, $5 lunch.
Welcome to Dairy Queen.
MLB Tonight, coming up next, only on MLB Network.
This is the year we go all the way. Things couldn't be looking better for the Tribe.
This team has completely lost its focus.
Major League 2, tonight at 9 Eastern on MLB Network's Bleacher Features.
Inside.
The season had
changed, and the smell of the big deal consumed my senses.
We had plenty of leads, rumors of roster shakeups, and big trades.
Our sources? The people closest to the game, operatives on the inside, you know, real players.
When it comes to off-season coverage, we're on the case, all the way to spring training.
Matt Vasgersian, Harold Reynolds, Hot Stove, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network, presented by Dove Men Plus Care.
Nalar and Rose are fired up for the off-season.
Off-season vacation, here we come! Yeah! Whoa, Kev, keep your shirt on. We still have a show to do.
Intentional Talk, all off-season on MLB Network.
Back with Jack O'Connell, the BBWA. I'm hoping this is not as close as that NL MVP nail-biter.
Well, nothing going to be as close as that.
Right, it's 2-point differential.
It's a whole different story.
Who's the AL MVP? Jack, take it away.
Move over Phil Rizzuto and Bobby Shantz and make room for another 5'6" most valuable player. Jose Altuve was listed first on 27 of the 30 ballots in joining Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell, the 1994 National League winner, as an MVP for Houston. The Yankees' Aaron Judge got 2 first-place votes and became only the second rookie to be an MVP runner-up, along with Mike Trout 5 years ago. The other first-place vote went to third-place finisher Jose Ramirez.
Jack, thank you. It's Jose Altuve, your AL MVP, 405 total points, not close. Aaron Judge at 279. Mike Trout finished 4th behind Jose Ramirez. Francisco Lindor also with 143 total points. Let's say hello once again to your 2017 AL MVP. Jose Altuve, congratulations. Woo! I know you love to talk about your teammates. I know you love to talk about them. But what does this honor mean to you personally?
Guys, you know, I don't know what to say. I was expecting this. This is great. You know, I wanna thank God, my family that is right outside, and all my teammates. You know, I think my teammates make this for me. They made me an MVP, and I'm so happy. I feel like I want to cry right now. I don't know what to do, but I was expecting this. You know, I wanna congratulate Aaron Judge and Jose Ramirez for having a great season, and you know, I don't know.
Jose, congratulations, man. And you know what? Everybody's dancing in the sport of baseball because you have proven that any size, you can be the best player in the game. And I love the fact that you're proud of being 5'6", and you're not afraid to show it and share it. And just talk about some of the challenges you've had to, with just the size, and saying, forget it, man, I'm bigger than all you guys.
You know, I don't know. I got my family here. You know, I'm really happy.
Well, bring them on in. You can bring them in.
I don't need... Come on, guys. Come on.
Jose, tell us who's in the room with you.
Pero pónganse aquí, ven. Felicidades.
Hey, Jose, there's a lot of your fans listening in Spanish as well. You want to talk in Spanish real quick and tell people in your native tongue what this means to you?
Sabes, quiero darle gracias a Dios y estoy bastante contento por este premio. No me lo esperaba para nada, menos con Aaron Judge y José Ramírez como candidatos. Creo que ellos tuvieron una de las mejores temporadas que yo he podido ver. Pero quiero darle gracias a mi familia, a Dios, a mis compañeros de equipo. Ellos creo que me hicieron un MVP este año.
Well, Jose, what an amazing year for you and the Astros. A World Series champion, now the MVP award. When you think back to that famous tryout that you had, where they told you to go home after the first day because you looked too young and were too small, did you dream these things could be possible?
You know, I don't, talking about the tryout when they sent me back, I don't blame those guys because it's really hard to believe in a guy that is only 5'5", maybe 5'4", and 140 pounds. I was 140 pounds by that time. I only weighed like 20 pounds. I'm 160 right now. And
you know, I just happy, and I always dreamed to be a big leaguer. I always dreamed about being a World Series champion, but I'm not sure if in my plans or in my dreams, I was being an MVP. But you know, now I want to thank God. I'm very humble about this award, and I don't have words to say and to thank all my fans and all the organization and all the city back in Houston for this.
You know, when you pull out your phone, you can see who called you first, right? Which one of your Astros teammates do you think will be the first name on that phone?
I think Correa, you know, or Keiko, you know, because I need to thank those two guys. I need to thank on my 25 or 30 teammates that I have all year long. But, you know, Correa texted me this afternoon, and he told me, hey, congratulations, you're the MVP. And I was, you know, joking with him. I don't think so. But, you know, that's the confidence he has on me. But, you know, in the end of the day, I want to thank him all he did for me all season long. And Dallas Keiko, he's always telling me, you know, I was the MVP. Justin Verlander, he's always telling me, hey, you are the MVP. And, you know, for me, that made me feel good, because when your teammates think that way about you, that means you know, doing something good for them.
Hey, guess what, Jose? They were right. You are the AL MVP. Jose Altuve, congratulations once again.
Congrats, big boy. Thank you, man.
There you have him, all smiles. Second baseman of the world champs. The moment his family came into the camera shot, Jose Altuve. Giancarlo Stanton, your MVPs. We'll put a bow on this show after the break.
Live baseball continues in November on MLB Network with the Arizona Fall League. See the next wave of Major League phenoms in action for the Arizona Fall League Championship. Watch it Saturday at 3 Eastern on MLB Network.
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender. And with a new side of salsa sauce, they're even better. So now the question is,
To dip or not to dip?
for a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But while some push high-commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some advisors have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management.
Bringing my Giovanni Rana pasta to everyone in America wasn't so easy. So I made it easy for America to find me in the refrigerated section. Giovanni Rana pasta. Share what's inside.
Let out your inner child at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
The Aquaman, protector of the oceans.
Whiskey, it's on him.
Hey, wait, help these people out here.
I help them because no one else does.
You want to protect them, you need to work with me. If the fight comes, we'll need you.
Works for me. Justice League, rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
While other companies are raising their rates, the General is fighting to make auto insurance easier to get, regardless of your driving record.
The monthly payments are low, and you can get immediate proof of insurance.
Get an anonymous online quote and ride with the General. It's too quick for him, General.
Nice footwork, Jack.
Somebody give me some ice.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
13-hour smoked brisket from a fast food place doesn't make sense. But
But this is Arby's. We don't make sense. We make sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Every off-season move causes a chain reaction. As the deals roll out, rivals race to get stronger. However the pieces fall, MLB Tonight will cover every twist and every turn. MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
It's time to see who's award-worthy on the 2017 Esurance MLB Awards Show. See how your votes stack up for the best players and the biggest moments of the season. The Esurance MLB Awards Show, Friday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
A recap of our BBWA Awards Week in the American League. Judge, your Rookie of the Year. Molitor, your Skipper of the Year. Corey Kluber's second Cy Young. And yes, Jose Altuve, just minutes ago, is your American League Most Valuable Player. As for the National League side, it was Cody Bellinger, unanimous Rookie of the Year, a lot like Aaron Judge. Torey Lovullo was your NL Manager of the Year, leading the Diamondbacks in the postseason. Max Scherzer's third Cy Young. And Giancarlo Stanton was emotional when he found out that he was named the National League Most Valuable Player. What an exciting week, awards week, thanks to the BBWAA. It's Greg, Tom, Harold, wrapping things up. Okay, Tom, you're good at this. What's the headline? Give us the headline. What's the headline of the week?
The headline of the week, it's got to be the closest vote here for the National League MVP. And the tallest MVP ever, Stanton, 6'6", and the smallest, the American League MVP, Jose Altuve.
I love that.
Baseball's a great game. Anybody can play it.
2 voting points was the difference between Stanton and Joey Votto. And, you know, to see Jose Altuve always talk about his teammates. Like, does not want any attention for himself. It's amazing. And, you know all of his buddies are going to be on Twitter, including his manager, who went to Twitter to say this. MVP, MVP, congrats to being the best in the league. You did everything, Jose Altuve.
Well, and he does. You know, what I love about Jose Altuve winning this, not just his size, but how he played the game. He'll get a man over. We're in this selfish time, Little League, youth baseball, where it's about me. He's a humble superstar that tells you how to do the game right. The game of baseball in the big leagues is in great hands.
We got great 6'6" giant in Stanton,
man.
A 5'6" Jose Altuve, like you said. That's why
the best game.
It's America's past. It just is.
Just is.
Tom Verducci, Harold Reynolds. My name's Greg Amsinger. Congrats once again to Giancarlo Stanton.